if we look at the say the sea, because I've seen a few things. I saw uh, they put a big mesh at the end of a river, and it was gathering all the plastic, so that was stopping it going. And I thought, okay, why isn't that done in more places? But like they'd show you the picture of the turtle with the straw up its nose, and it's like it's the
Yeah.
straws of the problem. But like when I researched it, it seems to be all the trawlers, the fishing nets is one of the
Yes.
biggest. So with the water, because I'm seeing stuff, and I don't know, it's half the stuff where they're trying to get people to invest in the plastic stuff, because there's one thing is supposed to self-sustain, it moves itself, it eats up the plastic. And is it true? I haven't a clue. I don't know. I can't prove that. But
Yeah.
regarding the sea and the nets and everything, how do we tackle that one?
So we've been sold a lie. We're told that there's an ocean plastic crisis, and I don't want to say there should be plastic in the ocean. That's definitely there shouldn't be any junk in the ocean. That's clear, right? We shouldn't be sinking ships in the ocean. We shouldn't be disposing of chemical weapons in the ocean. Shouldn't be putting plastic in the ocean or anything else. At the same time, we shouldn't lie about how much is there. So just to give you an idea, we're told that the ocean is drowning in plastic. It's choking in plastic, right? So I did the calculation how much plastic is going into the ocean. This will blow your mind, right? So the Earth has 8 billion people on it, right? So imagine that there's only 8 billion people on the Earth and no plants or animals or anything, right? Just 8 billion people like there are. And now I add one squirrel. And then I claim that the world is choking in squirrels. It's drowning in squirrels. 8 billion people, one squirrel, and the world is drowning in squirrels when I add one, right? You would laugh your head off. And that's exactly how much plastic is going in the ocean. One squirrel's worth of plastic for 8 billion pieces of water. That is and we're being told it's choking. We're told that there was a plastic straw up a turtle's nose. That's completely debunked. That's nonsense. They never proved it was plastic. They never proved it was a straw. It's a complete lie. And just
They
to give you
probably
some
put it up
numbers,
there. I saw the video, and they probably done it just for likes.
yeah, I mean, in the video, they're saying, what is it? Is it a worm? Is it a worm? And then they pulled it out. And then she says, oh, he bit on it. He said it's plastic. Listen to the video. He bit on it. Oh, really? I've got a PhD in polymer science, and somehow I skipped that method of detecting plastic in my course. You can use NMR, you could use FTIR, you could use Raman spectroscopy, but biting on something to tell what it's made of is not a scientific test. And I wrote to them and said, "How do you know it's plastic?" And they said, "We don't." And I said, "How do you know it's a straw?" They say, "Oh, we don't. It could have been anything." I've literally got an email from them admitting they've got no clue what it was.
Wow.
Anyway, so they actually measure what's in the ocean. They go with a net, right, and they grab it. What did they find? 6,048 items in the last sample. 85% of it was fishing nets, which is important because that actually traps animals and kills things, right? So the fishing nets are a real problem. 85% of what they found in the gyre. Guess how much the bags, straws, and bottles that we hear about all the time was by weight?
1%.
0.03%.
Wow.
And we're being told we're drowning in that we have to stop littering. It's coming out of the rivers. And again, I'm not saying we should have that stuff in our rivers, but to say that it's an emergency is an outright lie. And this is a problem because the EU is flying around thousands of people. They've had 6 meetings now to talk about an ocean crisis that doesn't exist. They simply made it up. They've done the same impact as 1 billion PET bottles to fly around to fancy places all around the world and talk about an emergency that they invented. And that's not helping the environment. That's just idiocy. So if you want to do something about the ocean, regulate nets. That's the answer. Don't talk about straws. They did a study. There's a study with a certain type of ship that pulls a net looking for plankton, checking how much plankton's in the ocean. And the special thing about that study is that they've done the same one since the 50s, right? For decades, they've done this same study, pulling a net around the Earth. They had to sail 100,000 miles pulling a small net to find one piece of plastic bag. 100,000 miles. That's 4 times around the planet to find one piece of bag. Not a whole bag, just a piece of bag, right? And we're being told that it's around the turtle's nets. It's complete fiction. There's never been a picture in the history of the world of a turtle with a bag around its net. They're all photoshopped, all trying to scare us, all trying to get our donations to regulate and clean up a thing that isn't there. It's a big scam.